Hey, Colin and Shreya Lay with Lay Roots, and we wanted to sit down and talk to you today. I'll start talking about some of the fundamentals of asset protection. There's some very basic ideas about what entails asset protection, all those good things, and so I wanted to start breaking those down. And one of the first things I wanted to talk about is a question that I learned from another offshore asset protection attorney. One of the first questions that he asks people is, do you feel you would be treated fairly in a US courtroom? If the answer is no, then why are you even considering Nevada Trust, Wyoming LLC? Think about it. The whole problem of our court system and why there is an asset protection industry in the first place is because our US courts are insane. People can sue you for anything. They can go after your assets without any real claim against you, without you doing anything wrong. And so you're worried about a US attorney suing you. How are you going to go into a US court and rely on the same laws and the same judges that can take everything away from you to then suddenly protect you, right? How can you rely on the same courts that can take everything away from you to protect you at the same time? And a lot of those judges that are in the courts used to be the attorneys who were suing people and making their money taking assets from other people. So are you really going to trust that you're going to be treated fairly if you are inside that US courtroom? It's a mess. And so here at Lay Roots, we take our work very serious, but we don't always take ourselves so seriously. And so I want to kind of play this little thought game here, right? So imagine, you're worried about how you'll be treated in a US court. And so you're going to rely on US laws and US courts to protect you from US courts. So let's think about another scenario. Shreya.
Yes.
We go to the mountains.
Yes.
We go camping. Imagine that you're lost out in the woods and you're worried about bears.
Yeah.
Right? There's bears out there in the woods. They might get you.
I'm so scared. I know there's bears around here. And if I can't get out of here, I'm sure a bear is going to get me.
So I've been thinking, I'm really worried about these bears out here. But what if I got a nice bear? I found another bear who could protect me from the mean bears. That could work, right? Come to think of it, that's a terrible idea. The better thing to do, obviously, would be to get the hell out of this forest and be somewhere safe where the bears can't get me. Like in here, by the fire. I hope you enjoyed that, right? It makes total sense. How is a bear going to protect you from other bears, right? Why would that be your plan of action? To be protected, when instead, the smarter thing to do is to get out of the woods, get out of the US court system, and go somewhere where you're going to be safer, where they're going to treat you better.
A nice little cabin.
With a fire.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the Cook Islands, Nevis, wonderful tropical islands where they offer better laws to protect people like you from crazy US attorneys and US courtrooms. Off, bears!